pagi, assalamualaikum semua, salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Thank you udah join. Ini apa? Yang keberapa nih? Webinar ke-6 ya, ke-6 dan webinar ke-4 by Jojo about role of goals. Jadi thanks again Jojo, udah mau siapkan waktu, siapkan presentasi untuk sharing knowledge buat adik-adiknya, buat orang tuanya juga, sehingga mudah untuk ngajarin anak-anak mereka. Baik, kali ini judulnya menarik juga, yaitu free relief. Kita sering banget ketemu di lapangan. Ya, kalau si Dev selalu klaim apa-apa gur gitu loh, supaya dapat free relief. Baik, selanjutnya saya serahkan ke Om Gian untuk sebagai moderator. Thank you, enjoy.
Ya, selamat pagi semuanya. Terima kasih Om Denny atas pembukaan. Hari ini kita bahas free relief ya, berbagai kondisi yang memungkinkan kita berhak mendapatkan free relief. Nanti akan dijelaskan oleh Jojo seperti biasa. Ya. If you have any question, just type it on the chat atau silahkan raise hand. Oke, silahkan Jo.
Yes, thank you, Om Gian. Today's topic is free relief. And because free relief is such a broad topic, then if you do have a question, please ask it, because if we had to cover all the situations for free relief, the webinar would be too long. Yeah. So let's begin. So free relief, there's actually two different rules for free relief. There's rule 15, that is free relief from movable obstructions. And then there is rule 16. Today we're going to discuss rule 16, because this is the one that normally is confusing because it's free relief from cart path, free relief from drain, free relief from that stuff. Whereas rule 15 is talking about free relief from, what do you call it? Loose impediments, which that's not really free relief. You're moving it because it's a movable obstruction. So rule 16, the player may take free relief by playing a ball from a different place, such as when there is interference by an abnormal course condition or a dangerous animal condition. We will talk about these. This rule also covers free relief when a player's ball is embedded in its own pitch mark in the general area. So we'll be talking about abnormal course condition, maybe not point the screen, abnormal course condition, dangerous animal condition, and embedded ball.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's start with abnormal course condition. These conditions are not treated as part of the challenge of playing the course. What does that mean? Well, there are parts of the course that are not supposed to be played, basically, and this comes into the definition of abnormal course condition, where you can remove your ball from that condition without penalty and play the ball from somewhere else. So, Gian?
Ya, apa namanya? Kembali lagi kalau kita memperhatikan rule ya, seperti di slide sebelumnya itu kan ada kata-kata yang hurufnya miring dan tebal. Itu penting. Sekali lagi Om sarankan kalian juga download aplikasi Rules of Golf yang dari apa namanya RNA, itu ada di Android ataupun Apple Store, I think ya.
Ada bukunya kan?
Buku juga ada, cuma kan ya I don't know, if you prefer the book fine with me. Tapi kalau if you prefer, kalau mau handy ada di handphone, mau sambil lihat-lihat gitu bisa di itu. Nah, penting baca ini yang biasanya huruf tebal miring itu what we call definition. Jadi kamu mau tahu arti abnormal course condition, apa artinya, apa definisinya, itu kalian lihat di situ juga di bagian-bagian itu. Oke Jo, next slide. Next slide, please. Oke. Jadi abnormal course condition itu ya di sini diterjemahkan sebagai kondisi yang tidak dianggap sebagai bagian dari lapangan ya, yang tidak dianggap bagian yang bukan tantangan lapangan. Ada rumput yang jelek ya, tapi biasanya itu akan di-mark oleh committee ya. Dan you have to kalau casual play tentunya kalian boleh diskusikan dengan playing partnernya apa yang bisa pembebasan apa yang kalian bisa dianggap sebagai bagian dari abnormal course condition ini. Gitu. Oke, Jo.
Yes, thank you, Om Gian.
Oh, iya.
Now we will discuss the examples of abnormal course condition. The first one being on the left, and that is temporary water. That is an abnormal course condition. Second one is ground under repair, or most people call it GUR. It's like that stuff. And then the third one is animal holes. And this is a bit rare in Indonesia because we don't have burrowing animals. But if you play outside Indonesia, you will find animal holes to be quite common.
Oh, di Indonesia ada, Jo. Believe it or not yang begini. Kalau kalian lihat, kalian jangan deketin karena itu biasanya sarang ular tuh di dalam situ.
Yeah, that is also true. And then finally, it's immovable obstructions, which is usually will need free relief from immovable obstruction, crown under repair, and temporary water. And we will discuss these one by one. First up, what is temporary water? The first thing that I put in over there. Any temporary accumulation of water on the surface of the ground, such as puddles from the rain, or irrigation, or an overflow from a body of water that is not in a penalty area and can be seen before or after the player takes a stance. Now, I don't know why I didn't make this bold, but this is the more important bit, which I will underline. Here we go. So, before 2019, temporary water rule was called casual water. Now, we don't need to discuss that. But the more important bit is temporary water. Now, you have to be able to see the actual water. It's not enough for the ground to be merely wet, muddy, or soft for you to be able to take free relief from that temporary water. For the water to be momentarily visible as the player steps on the ground. An accumulation of water must remain present either before or after the stance is taken. So this is a very important bit here, because if you do take relief from something that you shouldn't have taken relief from, there will be consequences as always. And temporary water's definition now is you have to be able to see the water either before or after you stand. You cannot step to get the water out, like some people like stomp to get the water. Oh, look at this, there's water there. No, that's not allowed. You have to be able to see the water as you stand or before you stand.
Itu ada perubahannya dari rule yang dulu kan?
Yes, dulu you can step on it to check, but now it's either before you stand or after you stand that there is always water visible. Momentarily visible is not allowed anymore. So in this case, we have a golf course here, and you can see the parts of temporary water. This stuff here, like if I can annotate, here we go. This stuff is temporary water. But let's say it's muddy over here. Well, if there's no water visible, like we can't see water on the X here, right? There's no water there. Well, you can't take relief because it's soft. You have to be able to see the water. Like this one, before we stand, we can already see the water. But if after you stand, you can see the water, then you can also take relief. But you can't force water out to take relief. The referee will not allow that because that is not part of the rules of today. Again.
Ya, balik ke slide. Ya, jadi ini salah satu kondisi yang memberikan kita free relief adalah temporary water. Nah, sekarang prinsipnya untuk mendapatkan relief dari temporary water itu, kalian harus bisa melihat air itu, kondisi lapangan yang banjir atau kerendam air, tapi kalian harus bisa lihat tanpa kalian harus kalau zaman dulu kita nginjekin kaki teken ada keluar air gitu kita bisa dapat relief. Kalau sekarang nggak bisa. Kita harus tanpa melakukan apa-apa kita harus bisa lihat dari jauh ataupun dari dekat sebelum kita berada di atas area tersebut. Itu penting ya. Jadi udah nggak boleh lagi kalian datang ke situ kalian injek-injek terus berasa becek nih om atau becek nih minta relief dari referee-nya, nggak bisa. Itu udah otomatis nggak perlu di nasihat om sih nggak perlu kalian panggil referee lagi karena itu kondisinya kalau kalian injek-injek ya nggak dapat pembebasan ya. Oke, itu udah straightforward. Ingat lagi tidak. Nah ini contohnya, ini kan kondisi di lapangan ini kita bisa lihat semua nih mana yang kerendam, mana yang nggak kerendam ya. Nah itu semua casual water temporary waternya. Nah terus kalian coba misalnya di bawah kiri sini, oh ini Jojo. Nah di situ Jo, betul Jo. Kalau kalian berdiri di situ, kalian coba untuk injek sampai keluar air, tetap kalian nggak dapat pembebasan di situnya. Tetap harus pukul bolanya di situ. Hanya bola yang berada di daerah yang ada airnya ini kelihatan baru dapat free relief.
Or if you're standing on the water, which we will discuss.
Yeah.
When can you take free relief?
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Taking free relief. First, you have to identify the nearest point of complete relief, which we will discuss, then define relief area, and then the ball must be dropped in and come to rest in the relief area. Now, that's very weird, so we will give it an example. So can anyone tell me, can this player take relief from here?
Ayo,
in this
silakan.
Condition that's on screen?
And you have to explain.
Of course lah.
Yes, and explain why.
Ayo Galih, sekalian jawab.
Can this player with his ball over there and standing his feet over here, can this player take free relief from?
Bisa nggak dengan kondisi ini, bisa nggak player ini minta free relief pembebasan dari kondisi ini? Bolanya di sini, kakinya di sini ada sprinkler head, di sini ada apa istilahnya nih? Drainage. Bisa nggak, Galih? Anyway, Cynthia, Caitlin.
You can't.
Cynthia dulu Malika, sebentar.
You can't, because it's not interfering with your stance, swing, and the ball's not on it. Or, yeah.
Okay, good. Malika, any opinion? Malika, pendapatnya gimana? Malika.
Nggak bisa karena nggak menunjuk yang kepalanya itu saya kepala itu nggak.
Mungkin bicaranya tolong jangan terlalu dekat ke mic-nya Malika, suaranya agak pecah.
So in short, if the condition is as on screen, you are not allowed to take free relief because I don't know why I didn't make a slide. I don't think I was focused making this slideshow. To take free relief, either your ball is interfered by the obstruction, or your stance is interfered by the obstruction, or your swing. In this case, the player's stance is perfectly fine, not stepping on this drain, which is an immovable obstruction, or this sprinkler head, which is also an immovable obstruction. Then you see his ball is slightly close to the drain, but it's not really you're not going to hit the drain. It's not interfering directly, so you're not allowed to take free relief if this was your condition. Now we see here, can the player take free relief from here?
Udah jelas jawabannya tadi kan semuanya? Jadi kondisi yang tadi itu tidak bisa dapat free relief karena untuk memenuhi syarat free relief harus bolanya yang berada di immovable obstruction atau stance-nya which is kakinya ya. Kalau di sini kan swing-nya juga nggak terganggu. Nah, oke, yang ini gimana?
Can the player take free relief if this was the condition?
Yes.
Bisa ya?
Yes, the player can take free relief if this was the condition the player is faced with. Because the player is standing on, what's that called again? A drain. A drain is an immovable obstruction, and therefore you can take free relief. Now, the procedure for taking free relief. A lot of people don't know this. Let's see anyone who does know it. Can anyone tell me what the procedure to take free relief is? Is it 2 club length? Is it just lift up the ball and drop it somewhere else that you don't step on it? Or what's the actual procedure for taking free relief? Can anyone tell me? To see if
Ayo, siapa yang
people
mau
actually
mencoba
know or
menjawab?
not.
Gimana caranya kita ambil free relief di kondisi yang ini? Anybody?
Okay, you identify the nearest point of complete relief, and then the relief area is 1 club, right? I think.
Not really convinced with your answer, Cynthia?
Well,
Yes.
I did search it up like an hour ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so what she said was correct. You first identify your nearest point of complete relief, which is this. It is the estimated point where your ball would lie nearest to your ball's original spot, but not near the hold in that spot. In the required area of the course, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to read everything here. But basically, the nearest point of complete relief, if that was the condition, is over here. Now, do you mark the T where you're standing, or do you mark the T like where? Like which one? Where? Like is it? Let me get.
Okay. Tadi
here we go.
prosedur reliefnya kan
Or is it
udah diambil.
here?
Jadi kita harus dapat complete relief dari obstruksi yang tadi ada di injek ya. Kita cari posisi terdekat di mana kaki udah bebas dari obstruksi tersebut. Posisinya di sini. Sekarang kita mark posisinya di mana? Posisi apa? Kita taruh T-nya di mana? Di posisi kakinya atau di posisi mana? Ada yang bisa jawab? Atau ini udah boleh kita buat drop bolanya di sini?
Because we are already away from the obstruction, right? Can we just drop it here?
Can actually.
I mean, if you weren't playing a tournament, you could. Just pick up the ball, throw it somewhere else, you know?
Throw it to the fairway.
So this is the nearest point of complete relief, and you mark it right where the club head is.
Yeah.
Right here. That's where you're supposed to mark.
Jadi
your
mark
nearest
kasih T
point
di
of
situ.
complete relief.
Seolah-olah kita nanti titik reliefnya di situ. Oke, terus
And then
Joe,
from
next
here,
step.
you measure 1 club length. Now, what is 1 club length? I did talk about this somewhere before.
The longest club in your bag.
Yes, the
Except-
longest club
except-
in my bag. Except?
Except apa, Gali? Itu was it Gali? Itu tadi yang jawab siapa? Gali ya?
Yeah.
Oke, except the longest club in your bag except putter. Jangan lupa tuh.
Yes, if you have a broomstick putter, you're not allowed to use it because the broomstick putter is quite long, right?
Broomstick putter.
Isn't
Belly.
it called the broomstick putter?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Some call it belly, some call it, I don't know, the one that Adam Scott uses. What kind of model is it?
Yeah, that one. You can't use that. That's
Bernhard
like super
Langer
long.
also used that.
Yeah. So you measure 1 club length, that is usually your driver or whatever is your longest club besides that, from the point that was the nearest point of complete relief, which is over there. Now it's 1 club length, but then in golf, there are also reliefs where it's 2 club lengths. Now, how do we determine if it's 1 club length or if it's 2 club lengths? The easiest way to determine is this. Yeah, this is all you need to remember. If you're paying 1 stroke, that means you're getting penalized 1 stroke, then you will get 2 club lengths because you already paid. But if it's free, you don't pay any strokes at all, then you only get 1
Yeah.
because it's free. Okay, so
Jadi
free
beda.
is 1. You pay 1 stroke, it's 2 club lengths. That's
Ya,
how
itu-
you
itu.
remember.
Jadi untuk mengingat kapan kita lakukan pembebasan 1 club length atau 2 club length, cara yang paling gampang adalah kalau bahasa gampangnya Om Gian, kalau yang gratis kita nggak dikasih stroke, kita nggak dapat penalti, itu 1 club length. Kalau kita dapat penalti, udah bayar penaltinya, pembebasannya 2 club length. Gitu. Area relief areanya ya. Relief areanya. Nanti tentu saja mesti diingat lagi dari relief. Jadi bukan cuma kita ngedropnya ke arah stick ini ke kanan, tapi ada area yang kita anggap ini. Makanya kalau lihat di rulebook itu cukup jelas juga. Nanti mungkin Jojo ada ya gambarnya Jo, yang ada relief area dan ininya.
Maybe.
Ya udah.
I don't know what happens after this actually.
Okay.
But yes, so 1 club length if it's free, and in this case it is free, and you get 1 club length, and then you have to drop it. So this is also new in 2019. You have to drop it in this area. Let me get the pen here. You have to drop it within this area. Whoops. Well, the screen is ending there. But you have to drop it here. If your ball lands here and then rolls forward or rolls that way outside the relief area, you have to redrop it inside the relief area.
Yeah.
If it's in here, you already drop it, then you're done. You took your free relief and you can continue on with your hole.
Okay.
Whoops.
Nah, ini maksudnya.
Yeah. So this is identifying what is nearest point of relief and your relief area in a very good illustration from the rules of golf. So let's start with the first ball, which is B1. Now, let me get the pen again. Yeah. So B1 is over here, ball 1. If your ball is over here and you're playing, the direction of play is that way. So let's imagine the hole is down there. Then your nearest point of complete relief is on P1. You cannot in any circumstance go over here or over here. It's called the nearest point of complete relief, not the nicest point of complete relief. Some people think, oh, if we take free relief, then we gotta go back to the fairway or we gotta go back in a certain direction. Well, no. It's the nearest point of complete relief, and wherever that is, that's your point. In the case of B1, it is on P1. And then from here, it's quite strict now. You have to take 1 club, and you have to drop it within the 1 club, and that is called the relief area. And your relief area looks like this, like a quarter of a circle. You have to drop it inside this area, but you don't have to mark the T over here. You can just mark the T over here and estimate, just drop it somewhere in the middle of these 2 T's here. Now in the case of your ball on B2, if your ball was here, the player can take free relief because he is or she is standing on the abnormal course condition. The player's stance is,
she is right-handed.
if he or she is right-handed. If he or she is left-handed, then he would be standing here, hitting that way, and that's not allowed to take free relief. Now, if you're over here, then your nearest point of complete relief is on P2. And then from here, you get 1 club that way, and 1 club to the back. And you gotta drop it inside this red area that has been drawn nicely by the RNA. So, again?
Yeah.
Or we go next?
Next aja, udah cukup jelas. Ini jangan lupa ya, kondisi ini berlaku karena arah permainannya ke atas ya. kondisi ini berlaku karena arah permainannya ke atas, itu yang nggak boleh lupa. Jadi free relief B1 pindah ke P dan relief areanya hanya segini karena arah permainannya ke atas sana. Sama juga di P2 ini, di B2 ini. Relief areanya dimulai di titik P2, one club length, semuanya ke atas. Kalau hopefully you have the next slide, kalau arah permainannya ke sana, ini beda lagi nih kondisinya. Arah permainannya ke kanan layar. Ada nggak, Jo? Nah, itu dia. Next slide. Okay.
That's great. I exited the PowerPoint for some reason. I would like to also add something here because I just figured out it's not here. What if your ball is in the middle? Like, what if your ball is here? What's the nearest point of complete relief here? Or let's say not there. Let's say over here. Is your nearest point of complete relief over here on point 1? Or is it you take your stance and it's over here on point 2?
Ada yang bisa jawab? Kalau bolanya ada di titik yang baru dibuat Jojo nih dekat kaki kiri, ini reliefnya kemana? Ke kanan atau ke kiri? Ayo, dicoba silakan.
Or it's confusing and you don't know anything about this.
Kiri.
Malika, ke kiri, ke posisi P1, dekat-dekat ke arah P1 ya.
Iya.
Yang lain, ada pendapat lain?
Ke kanan.
Coba tuh yang jawab. Dave, kenapa Dave ke kanan?
Supaya nanti kalau mukul bolanya jadi enak bolanya.
Bolanya jadi enak.
Bukan enak sih, bukan enak tapi bagus.
Posisinya enak.
Lurus. Maaf, lurus.
Lurus, oke.
In the case of this, the rules is very strict that it's the nearest point of complete relief and not what Dave said, the nicest point of complete relief. Now, if you don't know which one is near, the rules require you to measure which one is near, if it's point 2 or if it's point 1. You can measure simply by like stepping it out or using your club to measure out like how far is this. And then whichever one is the closer one, then you have to drop it there. There is no option. It is nearest point of complete relief. You have to drop it there. Let's move
Jadi
on.
ke kanan.
I actually don't know. You gotta measure that. That's why like the cart path is like in the middle, right? And then there's always 2 points, and people are confused. Oh, do I go back to the fairway side or do I go towards the forest? Maybe if the other side's a forest. Well, people think like, oh, you have to go back to the hole. Well, no, it's always nearest point of complete relief that determines if you go on the right side or the left side. It's not about that. It's about the nearest point of complete relief. Now we move on to abnormal course condition, and this is a defined GUR, or ground under repair, or some people call it the GUR. If your ball is inside this, well, your relief area, because it's closer to over here, then you gotta put it here and you can go 1 club. Now the interesting thing about this one is you can go either to the right or to the left, because now you have a choice. Well, previously on the cart path you can only go to the right if you're on P2 and to the left if you're on P1. But on this case you can choose. Do you want to go to the right or do you want to go to the left after determining your nearest point of complete relief, which has to be in here. You can't go over here because that's not the nearest point of complete relief. Whoops. Now we will talk about bunkers. Can you get free relief if you're in a bunker? Can anyone tell me?
Ya, bisa dapat pembebasan
Gratis.
free relief nggak? Pembebasan yang gratis di mana namanya? Di bunker?
In a bunker.
No.
Siapa tuh? Cynthia tadi ya? Apa Malika?
That wasn't me.
Okay, that wasn't you. Okay.
So if you're in a bunker, there is a possibility that you can take free relief, and that is from temporary water or from, what do you call it? The base of the bunker that looks
Ya,
like
itu
hard.
plastik biasanya.
Yeah, the plastic bit that's below the sand.
Mhm.
You're allowed to take free relief from there. But there is a but.
But
Your relief is still
have to
inside
be in
the
the bunker.
bunker. You cannot take free relief and exit the bunker. Yeah, I don't have to hit it from the bunker. No, you have to still be in the bunker. If there is no such nearest point of complete relief, let's say the entire bunker is flooded with water and you cannot fully take relief from the water, then in this case it is the point of maximum available relief area that is in the bunker. So if it's free, like let's say you have a temporary water in a bunker and it's free, you have to still be in the bunker. There is an option to go outside the bunker if you want. Let's say you really hate the bunker and you want to get out without hitting. You can always take an unplayable ball, add 1 stroke penalty, and you can exit the bunker with 1 stroke penalty and under the rule of unplayable. But if it's a free relief, then you have to still be inside the bunker. So, Om Gyan, would you like to add or
Ya.
we just continue?
Ya, Om Rio silakan.
Kalau di bunker yang free relief itu bolanya di drop atau ditaruh?
Oh, that's a good question. Because if you drop it, your ball could be like plugged
Roll
right
back.
inside the bunker.
Iya.
Or can you
Berarti-
roll the ball?
Ya.
Okay, does anyone know? Do you have to drop it if you're in a bunker? Or can you place it? Because like if you drop it, your ball is just gonna plunk like that right inside the sand. Anyone want to share their opinion? It's a yes or no question.
Ayo, ada pendapat? Tadi Om Rio nanya kalau di bunker kita ambil free relief, bolanya harus di drop atau di place, ditaruh. Anybody?
Maybe they don't know.
Okay.
you
Yeah.
have to drop it. It's kind of
You
sad.
have to drop it.
Yeah, it's kind of
Jawabannya
sad.
harus di
But
drop
you have
tetap.
to drop it.
Ya, Galih menjawab tapi pakai tanda tanya, jadi belum yakin tuh, di chat ada.
He's scared of the quiz, I think. Well, you have to drop it if it's in the bunker, which is kind of sad, but why are you in the bunker? Don't hit it in the bunker. So for an example, we have an abnormal course condition inside the bunker. It's a temporary water, but it's small. It's just in the middle bit of the bunker. You can take free relief inside the bunker, like shown there that is still inside the bunker. Or for 1 stroke penalty, if you really hate the bunker, unplayable is always available, right?
Yeah.
Unplayable is always available wherever you are. You can always exit the bunker with 1 penalty, which is sometimes a good idea also, if you really hate the bunker. Like take a back on the line in this case, and you can drop it here, outside the bunker. Now, relief for ball, what is this? What does this say? Relief for ball not found, but in or on an abnormal course condition. Okay, so what this means, the player may take relief using the estimated point where the ball last crossed the edge of the abnormal course condition, blah, blah, blah. I haven't read this, I'm very sorry. Okay, so if your ball went inside an abnormal course condition, let's say it's a marked flower bed that's marked with blue stakes, or if it's inside a ground under repair, you are allowed to take free relief without actually finding the ball in the standard rules. There are local rules that can make the committee dictate that you have to find your ball to take free relief. But in default, I believe you do not have to find your ball. if it is known or virtually certain, if we remember what that phrase means, if it is known or virtually certain that your ball went inside the abnormal course condition, you can already take relief. And then your nearest point of complete relief, well, we don't know where the ball is, right? Is, what does it say? The estimated point where the ball last crossed the edge of the abnormal course condition. So this is similar to the penalty area that we had. It's the last crossing point into the abnormal course condition, and that's your nearest point of complete relief. So you don't always have to find it. Like for an example, we played Senayan recently, right? Our first tournament back. Now Senayan has a ton of flower beds that are flower beds that you can take free relief from. That is the under abnormal course condition. Because they are marked and they are defined, you can take free relief from the flower beds. Now, if your ball went inside it, you don't actually have to find the ball. I believe the caddies also know this, right? They just search for it, but if you don't find it, it's still fine. You can just put another ball in play without penalty. Now, you have to measure the relief area from where your ball went into the flower bed. So Senayan is a good example there. But there are also some courses with flower beds that are not marked with the blue stake. Now, these flower beds are an integral part of the course. They're part of the general area, and you are not allowed to take free relief from an unmarked thing. It's part of the course. You can't drop your ball away from it. For an example, we have, if anyone's here played BSD, you know there are a lot of bushes in BSD that are unmarked. If your ball goes into the bush,
Like Royal.
yeah, like Royale. Royale also has a ton of bushes that are unmarked. Now, you are not allowed to take free relief from that because it's general area. If you lose your ball, like you can't find it, well, it's a lost ball, which we already discussed in whatever session that was. I think it was session 2. Lost ball. Yeah, that is general area. Abnormal course condition has to be marked. What do we have next? This one's an interesting one, and this always brings me joy. Relief for dangerous animal condition. Now, anywhere except a penalty area, the player may take relief depending on whether the ball is in the general area, in a bunker, or on the putting green. I don't know who made this PowerPoint. But you are allowed relief for dangerous animal condition. Now, it doesn't say it here, but how to take free relief from dangerous animal condition, you call the committee. You call the committee or a referee. The referee will come and you say, well, here's like those are fire ants. Fire ants, the bigger red ants, not the small ants that don't harm you, the big red ants, you can take free relief from. But to take free relief from them, you have to call a committee a committee to determine if you can or not. They will be the one that's determining if it's dangerous or not, because this is like this is a safety thing for players so that they don't have to hit if they're next to a big snake or if there's a bear. Those are dangerous animal conditions. You can always ask the referee, like, let's say those are fire ants, the most common one in Indonesia. Can I take free relief? Because I'm scared of the fire ants for harming me. Let's say I'm allergic or whatever. And you can always take free relief from that. If the referee allows it, that is. But if your ball is in a penalty area, you are not allowed to do that. You have to be in the general area, in a bunker, or on the putting green. Again.
Oke. Jadi kalau ada area yang sifatnya kondisi yang sifatnya ada binatang yang berbahaya ya. Misalnya kayak semut, terus mungkin ya hopefully not ada ular atau apa gitu ya. Atau ada kalian takut sama mungkin biawak ya. Itu kalian bisa dapat di sepanjang bagian dari lapangan kecuali di dalam penalty area kalian bisa dapat free relief gitu ya.
By calling the committee.
By calling the committee, cek ke referee-nya. Kalian bisa minta, nih ada semut nih sini nih om, aku takut sama semut ya. Semutnya bukan satu ya, harus yang agak banyak gitu. Jadi benar-benar kondisinya membahayakan. Ini kan dangerous animal condition. Nah, kalau di dalam penalti, again di dalam penalty area juga kondisinya memungkinkan, tapi tetap kalian harus cek and recheck ke komitinya. Tapi kondisinya harus reliefnya tetap di dalam penalty area juga gitu.
Yeah, so this one is a fully you gotta call the committee. Because if you just take it without anyone deeming it, and that's gonna be a penalty because no one deemed anything about the dangerous animal condition, you have to call the committee. Okay, so if there are fire ants, like if you play Pangkalan Jati a lot, there are fire ants every time you enter near the trees, right?
No lah, I haven't found one.
Really? Every time I'm on hole 7 and I pull it to the trees on the left, I would get a free relief from fire ants. But
Okay.
that you have to call the referee. So calling the referee never hurts you.
Yeah.
What do we have next?
Embedded.
Embedded ball. A player's ball is embedded only if it is in its own pitch mark made as a result of the previous stroke, or part of the ball is below the level of the ground. Okay, so this doesn't mean anything. We can just go straight to here. A ball, to be deemed embedded, has to break ground. What that means is, and break ground from its pitch mark, if you know that's its pitch mark. So the first picture shows that part of the ball is embedded in its own pitch mark. So you see the ground level is over here. Whoops. Let's use a straight line this time.
You already defined it by the arrow and the text too.
Yeah, the RNA are good. Yeah. So you can see the ground level is over there, and the ball is breaking ground. It's already below the ground level. So this is embedded ball. Same thing with this one. Despite the fact the ball is not touching the soil, the part of the ball is embedded below the level of the ground. But sometimes there are thick grass, right, in the rough or something. Now, if your ball is like deep in the rough, you can check if it's embedded or not by getting your friend to come over and let's say, I want to check my ball, yeah, and you check. Now, to make sure it's embedded or not, that you can take relief from that. But in this case, the grass is like maybe fluffy or whatever. The ball didn't break the level of the ground, isn't below the level of the ground. In this case, you have to hit it. You put the ball back and you gotta hit it. So I'm pretty sure this is quite clear with the drawings, right?
Ya.
Okay.
Jadi kalau embedded itu harus diperhatikan bahwa bolanya itu berada di dalam gimana menerjemahkannya ini nih. On pitch mark berarti berada di dalam lengkungan yang dibuatnya sendiri gitu ya. Baik itu dia nempel kayak gini atau dia nggak nempel gitu. Nah, kalau kayak gini dia hanya berada dan tetap berada di atas tanah ya. Ini nggak embedded. Nah, gimana cara ngeceknya? Coba. Boleh nggak ini dipegang ke dalam ke bawah?
Boleh.
Boleh. Gimana caranya, Dev?
Ya udah biasa pakai stick yang panjang terus maaf.
Sabar, Dev.
Gimana caranya ya?
Pakai jari boleh nggak deh pakai jari?
Nggak boleh, gimana ya? Boleh lah, boleh pakai jari.
So to check that, you have to call your friend first.
Iya,
say, hey, I want to
playing
check.
partnernya dulu.
Yeah, I want to check if my ball is embedded or not. And your friend comes over, and then you put a T, you mark it, and then you can lift up your ball. If your ball, when you lift it up, and the mark is like curved into the ground, like a crater, then you're allowed to take your embedded ball relief. But if you lift it up and your ball is just stuck in deep grass and and it's not below level of the ground, then too bad, you gotta put it back there and play it. But it is important to call your friend, because you can't just put the tee down and lift up your ball. That's illegal. You have to call your friend and declare what you're doing before you do that.
Yeah.
Now we will go for relief for embedded ball. This one, you do not need to get the nearest point of relief and then one club. This one is very simple. Just for embedded ball, you just mark the tee at the spot where the ball is embedded. That's the reference point. And then it's right behind the crater that your ball made. So you just pick up your ball, you can clean it, and then you drop it as close as possible to the, what is it called again? The pitch mark. You don't have to measure one club, you don't have to take your stance, you just gotta drop it as close as possible to the pitch mark. That is only for embedded ball. Other relief you have to measure. So again.
Iya. Jadi balik lagi, ini cara mereliefnya kalau ada embedded ball. Kita geser dulu ini. Kembali lagi, ini hanya berlaku di general area ya, di penalty area tidak berlaku embedded ball relief. Ya, jadi reference point-nya adalah titik referensinya adalah persis di belakang di mana bola tersebut tadinya embedded, bolanya tadinya apa istilahnya mendem lah, ya, nancep. Nah, kalau bahasa Indonesianya nancep. Nah, dari situ diukur one club length, balik lagi, sama kondisinya, general area dan tidak lebih dekat. Jadi kalau tergantung lagi, balik lagi ke arah direction of play-nya. Jadi reference one club length-nya itu kalian tetap harus refer ke arah mana kalian akan mukul. Nah, dari situ baru prinsip dasarnya semuanya sih gampang. Tidak boleh mendekati hole. Gitu. Ya. Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't read that. It has to be one club length, but you don't have to put down tees to determine one club length. You just mark the spot and drop it there. And you put a very good point there, Gian, that I forgot. It's only in the general area. If your ball is embedded on the putting green, well, there's no relief from that. You just gotta fix the pitch mark and put the ball back on. Or if you're in a bunker, nancep di bunker, you gotta play it. Or if you're in
declare unplayable.
or declare unplayable. Or if you're in a penalty area, you cannot take embedded ball. Only in the general area. That's good. Oh,
general area termasuk rough atau enggak? Ana tanya tuh. Iya, Ana. General area itu kan semua bagian dari lapangan kecuali penalty area.
Yes, that is correct. So general area is whatever is not the putting green, is not the bunker, is not a penalty area. Everything, or a tee box. Tee box is specifically called teeing area. You have to you're not allowed to take free relief on a tee box. General area is whatever is not those areas. In the rules, you can see the specific definition. It's basically the course except certain things, which are bunker, green, penalty area, teeing area. That's why a bush can also be a general area. The cart path can be general area. And that's general area. We don't do fairway or rough because, well, the rules cannot specify fairway or rough. They're basically the same thing under the rules. They're both general area.
Okay. Next, Joe.
And that's it. This is a very short one.
Okay.
I am somebody asked, who is this? This is Gali. Am I sleepy? Well, I kind of am. kind of tired. So yes, I am a bit sleepy. If anyone has questions, then
Ada
if not,
pertanyaan?
then we will go straight to the Kahoot, which
Jadi
everyone loves.
poin-poinnya yang penting adalah untuk free relief, take the maximum relief, ya, maximum relief, tapi ada definisinya. Nah, kalau zaman dulu kita cari pembebasan yang terdekat, bukan pembebasan yang terenak. Jadi ada kalanya justru pada saat pembebasan juga belum tentu kalian bisa, ya, depend on the inilah, situasional sih gitu. Tadi mungkin ada Om Joner udah gabung belum Om Joner? Oh belum ya. Tadi ada pertanyaan yang menarik sih sebenarnya di awal tuh tadi. Yang
I do
soal
not
itu Jo.
see Joner.
Heeh.
What was the question?
No, yang tadi yang abnormal ground conditions tadi yang awal tuh,
Uh-huh.
yang kita harus calculate nearest point of relief-nya, either to the right or to the left, itu menarik juga.
That one you have to not specify, but you have to fully determine which one is near by measuring it out.
Near-nya, measuring-nya from the original ball ke titik ininya kan, reference point-nya kan.
Yes, that is correct. So your ball, and then your nearest point of complete relief, put down a T, and then you can measure, like, let's say, use your feet. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Or you could use your club. You go 1 club, 2 club, and then 2 club and 1 grip, and then you go the other side. And then which one is nearer, not nicer, near, you can drop it there. Not you can, you're supposed to drop it there. Or you can choose not to take free relief and hit it if it's not a no-play zone.
Yeah.
Like you see in the PGA Tour, sometimes the
They
players
hit it from a car path.
Yeah, they can hit it from the cart path, because if you take free relief, sometimes maybe there's a tree or there's a bush that if you take free relief, you have to go to the bush or you have to go towards the tree.
Yeah.
You also have the option to just not take free relief and just hit your ball from the cart path or from an abnormal course condition, as long as it's not a no-play zone, which we didn't talk about. A no-play zone is determined, so it's marked out that you cannot play from there. Whether that's a beautiful little garden that has antique flowers or whatever that they specify, don't hit it there. You're not allowed to hit it there. That's a no-play zone. But that's usually rare. We don't get no-play zones that often.
Okay. Questions? Anybody? Atau mau langsung quiz?
Wait, I have a question actually.
Yes, who's this?
It's Cynthia. If you like step on the ground without too much force and you could see water, but then it disappears-ish when you leave, is that temporary water?
No.
Nope. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Very straightforward, Cynthia. You have to see it without pressing down or on it gitu. Jadi tanpa ada influence apa-apa, kalian harus bisa lihat air itu, baru bisa dianggap itu temporary water. Tapi kalau kalian menginjak terus ada airnya, itu nggak dianggap itu.
You can see the screen, right?
Okay, thank you.
It's not enough for it to be momentarily visible as the player steps on the ground. Water must remain present either before or after the stance is taken. Did I ask that in the quiz? Maybe I did. I don't remember anymore. My brain isn't working.
Jadi salah satu tolong balik ke yang itu Jo, slide yang abnormal ground condition itu. Yang arah mainnya ke atas.
Oh, whoops.
No, after this. Nah, ini dia. Nah, ini jadi kalian kalau udah nanti ini akan berpengaruh kalau jam terbang makin banyak ya latihan di lapangan. Jadi sebelum kalian misalnya ini kita anggap aja ini car part ya biar gampang ya diskusinya. Anggap aja ini car part. Jadi sebelum kalian juga pikirkan minta pembebasan atau ini, kalian harus lihat surrounding areanya itu seperti apa. Kalau misalnya gini, anggap aja misalnya bola kalian B1. Reliefnya kan automatically ke P1 sini. Nah, tapi di sini misalnya ada tanaman, sehingga posisi kalian berdiri tuh di sini, harus di sini gitu ya. So sorry di sini Om Gian gerak-gerakin mau sendiri tapi nggak kelihatan. Misalnya nih dekat-dekat istilahnya club head ini ada tanaman ya di kiri ini. Kalian kan mukulnya ke atas, ya kan? Nah itu kalian mesti pikirkan dengan seksama sebelum kalian minta ya, sebelum ya, jangan lupa. Kalau kalian udah minta pembebasan, berarti pembebasan itu harus dilakukan. Complete relief. Dan segala resiko yang terjadi pada saat kalian udah minta pembebasan itu ya harus dijalankan gitu. Gitu.
Yeah, so even if there's a tree right there, was that what you were talking about? It doesn't matter. It's always nearest point of complete relief and not nicest point of complete relief. And you gotta like actually measure it out which one is near. Unless you're not playing a tournament and you just go, whatever. Ideally you wanna play golf correctly, right? So unless that. So yeah, you have to measure exactly the nearest point of complete relief.
Ya. Dan kalian sebelum minta pembebasan juga harus, ya itu basicnya perhatikan lagi kondisinya dan opsi-opsinya.
Okay,
next question.
If we don't have any more, could go straight
Ini
to
ada
Kahoot.
chat, siapa nih chat? Nggak ada sih, adanya ngirim jempol.
Jempol. Okay.
Sip, langsung Kahoot aja.
Yay.
Langsung mulai apa latihan dulu?
We have a practice.
Udah nggak zaman latihan. Oh, salah.
We have a practice one first to make sure, let's say, test your internet or whatever. We have a practice first still.
Ya, mungkin ada yang baru belum pernah join.
Siapa yang baru? Oh ya, ada beberapa mungkin yang baru. Boleh silakan. Jo, share screen-nya ganti.
Yes, while we do that. While I do that.
Siapa yang belum pernah tuh? Arthur ya?
Iya.
Oke. Tapi tahu caranya main Kahoot nggak?
Tahu?
Oke, good. Just follow lah.
Oh wait, you can see the
Wah,
answer.
Pak Joner baru gabung langsung udah game Pak Joner.
I already forgot how to run a Kahoot. This is bad. Yay, I got it going. Now we shall share the screen. Share. Share with sound. Yes, there we go. Can everyone see the screen? This is a trial. Yeah. This is a trial
Ini
quiz.
masih trial ya, masih main-main dulu nih. Kitty siapa Kitty?
Kitty is somebody I know. He's in this house.
Okay. Galih kalah melulu. Mindset Galih, mindset. Kalau udah mikirnya kalah nanti. Galih will win. Nah, gitu dong. Kok ada dua jadinya?
Galih will win is me.
Oke. Mana lagi? Sami, Asrafa, Malika.
Tulis Gali will win siapa?
Itu Jojo.
I support Gali will win.
Arthur udah masuk, Arthur. Mana? Angka pinnya yang di atas ini, Arthur. 8243251 masukin. Bisa nggak, Arthur? Belum ada Arthur nih. Mana? Justin. Nah, Arthur udah. Oke lah. 22. Ayo. Under. Davidson mana Under? Daris.
Is David still asleep, Ander?
Joanne. Ray.
How many people are we supposed to have
It's okay lah, cukup.
for the trial? We shall
Yeah.
begin?
Ya.
Okay, we shall begin the trial. Gali will win. Remember, this is a trial. Oh no, I'm a bit slow. I hope by now people know, right? Not bad. 18 people got it right. 6 people got trapped. And one person, whoever that is, chose something totally random. Oh, Gali will win. Let's go. Well, since we just finished, right? Well, not really, but you know. Read it carefully, by the way. Okay, I would like to apologize. I don't know why it says silver, but it's supposed to be bronze.
Yeah, you typed it wrong.
I typed it wrong. And I just
Anyway.
realized it now. Anyway, so that doesn't matter. Let's go straight to the third one. Good thing this is a trial.
Height reference.
Yay. It's knee height, not anything above knee height. If you drop it like shoulder height or hip height, it's actually a penalty, which is kind of weird because it should be like just knee height and above, but it is strictly knee height to drop your ball. A fun fact from the rules of golf. And finally, for our trial quiz. Yes, lateral relief is not for yellow penalty areas. It is actually for red penalty areas. So everybody understand how the code works, right? Since the winner of this one will not make sense, we will just go straight to the real one. Oh, who got it right? Oh,
Yeah, thanks to Japan's internet connection, eh?
yes, Japan.
Kalahnya di Jepang doang soalnya waktu itu.
5G.
5G soalnya.
Okay, so we will go for
Oke,
the
sekarang quiz
real
yang beneran.
Kahoot. If we can, if I know how.
How do you forget even though you always make the room?
He's a bit dizzy,
I'm
on
a
drugs
bit dizzy.
influence.
Hey, that's not.
That's too negative. No.
I just got vaccinated.
Yeah, that's the thing. On drugs influence.
Vaccine is not a drug, everyone.
It's a medicine.
It's not a medicine either. It's a vaccine.
Jo, lupa foldernya kali. Dibalikin aja, go back aja itu atau go back atau home-nya. Nah, itu dia. 4528.
Oke, ya udah.
Udah apa?
Nggak bisa masuk di tadi nih.
Masa?
Kahootnya tunggu lama. Aku nggak ngerti dia lagi nunggu apa.
Gak ada prize kan?
Ada dong.
We have prizes. I think top 3 this time.
The prize is a hug.
Payah nih Kahoot nih.
Kamu ada internet nggak, Dev?
Ada internetnya tapi cuma nggak tahu Kahootnya lagi mikir apa. Mungkin dia lagi pergi jalan-jalan.
Kamu lagi buka game kali.
Wah kagak, Kahootnya aja aku tunggu. Bosen aku masa Kahootnya gitu terus aja. Bosen sama komputer.
Dev.
Ya,
Tadi
Ayo,
udah
Dev.
makan belum?
udah.
Pakai HP aja deh. Pakai HP tuh HP-mu.
Oh ya, sabar dulu. Jo, please
Oke.
wait for a while.
Yes, we will wait
Berarti
for
yang
Dave.
join 27-an dong, 27-an.
Iya, 27-an. Oke, Gali, make sure you win this time ya.
Mana Gali?
Top 3.
Gali belum Gali.
What's your
Udah
name,
itu,
Gali?
Itu bocah kalah terus tuh.
Gali.
Ah,
Gali, tim ininya mana? Tim DKI-nya? Oh, yang belajar role cuman kamu.
Ada Ana tadi.
Ana ada,
Ana.
Jocelyn mana Jocelyn? Harusnya ada Jocelyn.
Pada nggak
Ada
datang.
siapa lagi?
Lalu Jabar lagi
Ada siapa?
vaksin atau apa tadi?
Oh ya, Jabar vaksin.
Alfa mana Alfa ya?
Alfa nggak daftar.
Husen capek. Tadi ini.
Gali
siapa
paling
lagi
pinter.
ya? Ana ada.
Wah, sama aja nggak bisa nih pakai tuh.
Oh, itu berarti habis tuh. WiFi di rumah udah dibayar belum Pak Om Denny?
Lupa ntar tengah-tengah mati lampu lagi.
We
Listrik
will wait
harus
for
di-top up
Dave.
juga nih listriknya.
Ampun deh, masa bisa gini terus sih lama amat.
Waduh, ampun tuh. Dave udah ampun tuh, Den.
Gak apa-apa, Om Gian. Mulai aja, tapi nanti aku jawab dalam hati aja.
Oke, baik Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Oh no, we gotta have you here.
Jojo, are you sleepy?
Oh, right.
I told you, Jojo under
Ngantuk tuh.
influence.
Bekas vaksinnya tuh, habis vaksin ngantuk.
Yeah.
Nah, nanti
that's
Dave,
true.
habis itu Dave nanti pakai ngomong aja. Nanti dicatat sama Giang.
Wah, jangan, ini mah kuis. Nggak boleh ngomong. Nanti
Nggak
aku
boleh ngomong,
dikirain
susah poinnya masalahnya.
Pakai chat.
Oh, pakai chat.
Iya.
Jangan pakai chat, nanti
Nanti kalau
Ya.
nyontek Dave itu kan kalah juga.
Gak apa-apa ya, penting.
Ayo, Dev. Mana, Dev?
Ya,
will
ini
wait.
aja.
Kan masa nggak bisa?
Personal
Aja
chat,
dah.
Dev. Personal chat.
Personal chat ke
Tinggalin
Om
aku
Dev.
aja, aku mah. Di dalam
Minimal
hutan
Om
aja.
tahu berapa benar berapa salah kan?
Iya, nggak apa-apa, Om Gian. Aku di dalam hutan aja nih. Di dalam
Tidak.
hutan aja.
Oke,
Oke.
mulai.
We're gonna go?
Dikit ya?
Okay, we shall go.
Iya.
Pertanyaannya semuanya yang kita belajar kan?
Yes,
Yeah.
everything is what I said earlier today, half asleep. So, we'll start now. Am I in? I am.
Oh no.
Pradipto. Okay, we shall start. Ya. Pak Gian mungkin bacain pertanyaannya.
Topik terus. When can a player take free relief?
Dev, nomor berapa?
Wah, nggak mau. Om Rio nggak mau.
Baru pertama udah salah mau ngapain?
Gimana? Jangan buru-buru kali.
What happened to Gali?
Wah, bener jawabanku. Aku bilang dalam hati penalti area pasti nih.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dave,
Okay, Dave.
1 out of 1.
How many questions are there?
10.
We have 10 questions. And
Ten.
Normally the
Gali.
question is easy.
10 isn't that much, so better get each one correct.
You can make a question 100 maybe.
No lah.
That's a good idea. Let's go. Number 2. You must reuse your original ball when you take free relief. Now remember
Oh
that
my
I
God.
said you don't have to find your ball, right? So you have to use the original ball?
Oh.
Wah,
Ampun.
waduh.
Since you don't
Bang.
have to find your ball, you can just
I
substitute.
thought like when your ball is in a bush and then you found it, then you can reuse it again.
Oh.
No,
You
it
don't have
says
to.
You don't have
You
to
must.
find
Ini ada
your
kata
ball.
kuncinya. You must reuse your original ball.
Reuse itu apa artinya reuse?
Pakai lagi. Jadi
Pakai
kalau
lagi,
misalnya
pakai ulang, pakai ulang.
pakai ulang.
Bolanya yang sama.
Pakai bola yang tadi yang masuk ke yang ambil relief. Nggak harus. Kamu boleh
Yeah.
ganti bola di situ.
That is correct. These might be a bit tricky ya.
Mundari pegang bola banyak, Dev. Tenang.
Oh, ini dia nih, nggak bener nih ngajarinnya.
Oh, Om Gian has entered. Om Gian is here. Number
Cynthia
3.
lagi. Nah.
A ball is embedded. If it is, we have time here.
Okay, we have so many questions in here.
Oh, wow. I was really
Ampun.
inspired by the SAT.
I don't want to answer this question so.
Kenapa?
Okay.
Answer please. Red, yellow, blue, or green?
Yay.
Finally, my first correct.
Aduh.
Gawat Gali.
Waduh.
Gawat ini
Gimana
kan.
nih DKI tim? DKI tim gimana nih?
Oh no.
Di sini
Ada itu
adanya ada
perwakilannya
siapa
tuh di
aja?
atas.
Iya,
DKI tim.
gimana tuh? Pemain A.
Cynthia kan bukan DKI.
Enggak.
Number 2. Om.
Nomor
The number
4 itu
2
tadi
one.
apa?
Oh,
Possible dangerous animal condition.
apa ya?
Yeah, it's fire ants.
Emang ada semut
Wait, what?
kebakar? Masa semut
Why
kebakar?
are fire ants?
Fire ant
Hey.
itu semut api, Dave.
Wah,
Why
gawat
are they
itu.
dangerous? Wait, what?
They
Jangan-jangan-
are a possible dangerous animal condition that you can
Why?
take. Because they're dangerous. Have you ever been bitten by one?
No,
Yes.
Okay,
I have
try.
been there.
You
I've-
try.
I've
Next-
been bitten once in my neck.
Well, the rules deem them dangerous sometimes. So you are allowed to drop it.
Who answered the most annoying spectator?
You must have some deep
Why not
Hatred.
biawak?
Biawak usually run away when you approach it, right? So it's not a dangerous animal condition. Unless the biawak is trying to eat you, then that's dangerous.
What? No.
Ayo, next.
He's too young.
Oh, well, I'm too slow. I'm just too slow.
In this one, you need to answer fast and must be correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Penalty for not taking free relief from an immovable
5 seconds, ya?
obstruction. 10 seconds.
Ampun.
Do you get penalty?
Aduh, jangan. Iya dong, no penalty dong. Masa itu sih?
Yes, Dave is correct. Very correct. Good job, Dave. Everyone
It's a
else.
free relief, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Free
don't
relief,
take
no
it.
penalty.
Enggak.
No, if you don't take
Pertanyaannya
free
ini,
relief.
kalau kalian nggak ambil pembebasan dari immovable,
Immovable,
kalian nggak
oh,
pilih untuk
yang nggak
tidak
bisa
ambil
digerakin ya.
pembebasan, pilih tidak ambil pembebasannya, apakah ada penalti atau enggak? Atau pertanyaannya harusnya, apakah kalian harus mengambil pembebasan kalau penyerta itu.
Oh, we're trying to trap them, Mom.
Ya, betul.
Yeah,
Why you guys evil?
slightly. Well, these people aren't
You're a very good person,
going
don't you?
anywhere.
My score is still 1,600. They are just like
Ah.
4,000 chilling.
Forget about it, Gali.
Here, you know, a club length is what? What is a club length?
Oh, itu. Sabar.
Thank God I answered it.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't do this correctly.
Oh,
Oh my, please don't.
yes.
Salah,
I
Jo.
did.
Harusnya itu the length of the longest paragraph is in your brain.
Yeah.
No, because he also said like except.
Yeah,
your putter.
except your putter. Yeah, it's this one. It's red.
Yeah.
You see, the green one says the longest club
The
in
same
your
also
bag,
lah. Same
except
basically.
your putter. But it's the
Same.
length, so
Yeah.
you don't actually have to
Yeah,
measure
you
and
need to
get
find
your
the
club.
length.
Yeah, it's the length.
Kan ada putter juga yang panjang biasanya. Nah, itu
Yang panjangnya bisa diatur, yang panjang bisa diatur.
Bisa diatur.
Itu tongkat lampu lagi.
Nyopot lampu.
Jauh banget dari putter jadi tongkat.
Ya tuh, si D punya tuh, dibawa di bagnya terus.
Biar free relief-nya gede banget kan, 5 meter. Gitu.
Iya, D. Yang bisa dipanjangin lagi D punya.
Gak apa-apa, itu mah
Selebar
bagus.
fairway dong.
Itu baru namanya pro.
Pro. Ayo.
Oh.
Siapa yang menang?
Belum.
Gali menang nggak?
Gali pasti menang nih.
Gali kalah ya? Wah,
Oh,
tim
berarti
DKI
kita, Om.
parah deh.
Wah, Pak Ahmad Om Rion.
Oh, this
Jadi
is...
gimana? Kalah mulu nih tim DKI.
Aduh.
Masa Amin
Kan yang ngejawab cuma Ai doang, ini yang DKI selain Ai nggak ada di sini.
Ada.
Apa lagi? Aduh.
Ada itu.
Parah deh.
Ah,
Waduh. Ntar tim DKI kalau main nggak tahu rule lagi.
Waduh.
ada bukunya sih.
You bring your
Nah,
book
kan nggak-
in your bag?
Yeah,
Really?
What for? As I said, use the
for
phone.
sometimes.
So you bring a
It's a very thick book. What do you want?
It's not.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of thick. It's like medium.
Just bring your phone. Bring your phone. It's a
Tuh,
lot
tim
easier.
DKI itu nomor 3, nggak lihat apa?
Nomor 3.
GP siapa?
Let's not forget number 2 is also team
Nah,
DKI.
tim DKI juga nomor 2 tuh. Ada
Jojo
perwakilan.
sendiri.
Ya, GP masa nggak tahu Galih gimana sih?
Well, how come you don't know who GP
Oh, Om
is?
Gian Perkasa.
Oh, Cynthia kenapa kesusul Cynthia?
Waduh.
Mungkin tadi agak meleng. Apa sih? Ini truly a trick question.
Yeah.
I hurt myself.
Truly a trick question.
Yeah.
I know because some of the tournaments they like put bushes as a penalty.
Yeah,
Or even no condition.
yeah.
Yes, that's why.
Or even no condition.
Like BSD or Royale.
Ya, Royal.
Oh, it's the same people. Gian.
Why are they like sweats? What's wrong with you?
Well, I made the quiz. If I'm not up here, there's something wrong.
Wah, Caitlin lagi ini nih.
Ayo Gali, Daris Palembang mana nih? Ada orang Palembang nih Om Gian.
Oh, oke.
Dave Mateo
Halo,
kemana?
Daris.
Si Dave Mateo kemana?
Ayo, next.
Oh.
2 more questions ya.
Wah, aku senang.
Lanjut.
Jo.
Lagi nge-lag tuh dia.
Wah, Jojo ngehang nih kayaknya nih internetnya.
Ya, habis vaksin nge-hang.
Jojo.
Wah, hang ya.
Dari aplikasinya juga aku masih belum mulai.
Belum di next sama dia.
Sabar, itu John-nya kan.
Disconnect.
Benar. Komputernya mati, tunggu.
Wah.
Jonathan.
berarti mati tapi komputernya.
Dave, ambil alih tuh. Dave yang
Apa?
ini aja.
Oh iya,
Dave,
aku
kamu
punya
yang
nih.
ngatur aja.
Aku punya nih kuisnya Jojo nih, aku share screen ya.
Ya udah kamu deh.
Oke, Om Gian boleh Om Gian ya?
Boleh.
Halo Om Joner, selamat siang. Wah, diam-diam ini.
Gantinya si Kak Jojo. Jadi Kak Dev Mateo.
Wah, gawat nih Jojo pasti habis divaksin nih. Don't worry guys, we still have.
Jadi kalau Kak Jojo komputernya mati nggak bisa ngelanjutin dong.
Well, that was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, so my computer just died. Also, it's not my computer.
And how randomly?
Such randomness. Anyway.
Is it its battery?
Yeah, it's not a PC, it's a laptop. Anyway. Can everyone see?
Yes, we can.
Yay.
My score is 2,469. No.
Yay. You're gonna win.
What do you mean there's 7,000? I'm literally just...
I'm not 7,000, someone else is. Can this
I know
thing
you're
work?
6,000. I'm only like...
Oh, it's working! Yeah! There we go. We're back on.
Lama. Nah, hilang. Mana tadi?
Everyone answered, right? What's this? 16? Oh, only 19 people answered. Alright, is everyone back?
Wait, is blue?
No, time's
Wait,
up
blue
on
and
my
green
side.
still the same. Oh, it's blue. Oh.
Blue and what?
Oh, usually whites are lines here.
Yeah, if it's a white steak, can anyone tell me what a white steak means?
OB.
Yes. Oh, I have overtaken the leaderboard.
Just leave.
Yeah, I will not answer the last question. So, final question, everybody. Is everyone back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we will continue on. Final question. Relief from immovable obstruction is on rule. This was in the beginning of the webinar, I believe. I stated what rule it was.
Whee! I'm guessing.
What, you weren't listening?
I was.
Oh, most people were listening. It's rule 16.
Webinar number 6 plus 10.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one. The winners. Number 3, Cynthia. Number 2, Gian is not allowed to win.
Who's that?
Number 1 is Caitlin. Okay, we will find out the true winners, not Gian.
Now we do a selfie.
Nor Kitty, nor me.
Gian masuk nomor 2.
Then who's Kitty?
Gian is too good.
Kitty itu saya Pak, Pak Gian. Kitty itu saya Pak.
Udah tahu.
Chris.
Udah tahu Chris.
Ya Gian.
Chris ternyata.
Chris yang menang ya?
Ayo Chris, tolong ambilin foto Chris.
Oke.
Chris menang.
Bener cuma 41%. Oh.
Ada Kathleen, Cynthia, Ana. Ada 5 ya? Kathleen, Cynthia, lalu Kitty,
Kitty nggak usah.
Ana, Thea. Oh,
Wait,
Okay.
no, not
Jojo
Jojo.
centang.
Jojo di take out, Kathleen, Cynthia,
I'm slightly
Kathleen,
sleepy.
Cynthia, Ana, Thea, satu lagi
Ana,
bawahnya.
Thea, dan bawahnya siapa?
Najwa,
Najwa.
Najwa.
Oke, 5. Alright then.
I am 15. Oh.
Kita kirim tiket
Gali nomor berapa
Jakarta
Gali? Coba.
Tokyo ya.
Gali nomor berapa tuh turun ke bawah?
15 kali ya.
Oops. Gali, kenapa?
Nomor berapa?
Berapa?
Lima,
15
bawah,
juga.
bawah, bawah.
Scroll down.
Okay. That's
Gali
fine,
nomor
Gali.
berapa Gali?
Three more.
Here
Oh
we
my
go.
god, Gali kalah terus.
Come on Gali, 40%.
Come on, Gali.
Aduh,
Aduh.
bisa lah.
Rafa, Sami.
Wah, DKI
Anderson
parah
mana
nih.
Anderson?
Aduh,
Coba ini
DKI
jangan
Waduh,
kompor.
Anderson.
Coba ini
Anderson.
kompor, jangan bawa-bawa provinsi kompor.
Kali bilang sama tim manajernya kita DKI kalah terus nih. Waduh.
Ya tuh, bilang sama Om Muco ya Gali ya.
Umuce.
Iya.
Kan dia ada di
Bilang
DKI
sama
aku
Muco.
doang. Sama si
Gimana?
Arthur.
Tim ibu kota kalah terus.
Well done.
Diambil. Oke, jangan sampai nanti di replay sama Cynthia nih.
Iya. Waduh.
Sama Cynthia sama Kathleen sama
Tim
Cynthia.
DKI nggak pernah menang. Waduh.
Gitu, Om.
Top 5 aja nggak masuk. Waduh.
Om Rio nih kalau ngomong nih, aduh.
Iya.
Arthur gimana?
Oh,
Arthur mana Arthur?
Enjoy
Arthur
nggak?
jawab ya. Arthur
Oh,
gimana
iya.
hari ini?
Mana nih? Arthur.
Taruh dulu. Arthur gimana, silakan Arthur.
Susah, belum mengerti.
Belum mengerti,
Oh,
oke.
oke.
Nanti belajar pelan-pelan ya.
Belajar. Namanya belajar pelan-pelan.
Ya Pak, soalnya nggak pakai dua.
Nggak pakai apa?
Screen-nya ini.
Oke.
Ini kahotnya soalnya pakai nggak ada gambarnya.
Oh gitu.
Oh gitu.
Oke ya.
Oke.
Ini.
Oke.
Oke. Nanti next time kita.
Ayo
ini
Jo,
lagi.
balik ke layar peserta Jo.
Yes.
Foto dulu Jo.
Jadi
Siapa
5
ya?
orang ya.
Take a
Ayo
photo.
Kak, videonya tolong nyalain semua. Ada yang ini nggak?
Ayo,
Chris,
foto
tolong Chris, bisa nggak?
bersama, foto bersama.
Gue ingat tolong
Iya.
ya.
Wah, si Dev mah.
Oh, mama foto bersama.
Screen aku
Mama
rada
yang
error
foto.
nih.
Udah check out lagi Dev.
Wow, siap-siap. Host di bawah nggak? Copy host.
The host is
Okay,
about to take
ready.
the photo.
Nah,
There we go.
host.
1, 2, 3.
Ya, everyone.
Ah, Amira lagi di jalan ya.
Ya,
Amira habis latihan tuh.
Halaman kedua
Wah, hebat.
dari 2B sampai IV. 1, 2,
terus.
3. Sudah.
Udah. Oke. Terima kasih adik-adik semuanya. Ya, nanti kita lihat lagi perkembangan berikutnya. Ya, semoga level semakin menurun nih. Jadi kita akan Om Gian akan mengadakan turnamen lebih
coba
banyak.
nextnya dibuat turnamen ini dong, apa tim Pengprov gitu dong. Masa DKI kalah terus gimana nih? Aduh, kacau.
Kayak gini. Agak sensitif ini. Baik, oke. Nanti kita lihat perkembangan berikutnya ya. Terima kasih ya semua ya. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Pak Denny, Pak Gian.
Thank you Jojo. Thank you Gian. Bye-bye. Thank you Chris. Bye-bye
Thank
semua.
you everybody.
Thank you.
Bye Chris.
Yo, Om Rio. Bye. Goodbye all.